Hi Rollers! In part 4 of the March NAFA truck handover event, I talked to a very inspiring volunteer from Australia, Mike. Bill introduced me to him, and Bill is also a part of this awesome video. Please enjoy. Hey Rollers! I think that's part 4 probably. I have here with me Bill, Bill, and Mike. Hello Mike. Nice to meet you.
Same here.
I need to give you the microphone. I'll put it here. Thank you. And I'll use this one for both of us. I just wonder where should I stand? Probably here, if you don't mind.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna cover the truck, but you've seen it while I was there.
Yeah, we know where it is.
So, Mike here came here all the way from Australia.
Correct.
To deliver this truck, and they were driving it together with Bill. Mike, you asked me about myself, so
Yes,
I will quickly introduce myself. I call myself Rick the Ukrainian, and Rick is my real name. It's just a short version of it. The Ukrainian name is Yaroslav, and I am from Makivka, Donetsk Oblast. My hometown was occupied back in 2014 by Russians, and I lived there in occupation for 4.5 years. And now I am doing interviews with volunteers, with soldiers. I raise funds for Ukrainian army and also for these trucks too. Right now we have the ongoing campaign to raise funds for 4 trucks. I am collaborating with other community, ATP Geopolitics, and with the Ukrainian soldier Roman Trochimets.
Okay, good luck.
So, thank you. We're already on almost 51,000 euros out of 78. Still a long way to go, but some things may speed it up. We'll see.
Let's hope.
So, Mike, now please tell me about yourself and tell me your story.
Where do we start? I was born in England, would you believe, and moved to Australia in 1950 at quite a young age. And
how old are you today?
80 years old and about 3 months. And tomorrow will be an extra day, hopefully. So getting older every day, but yeah, that's good. So born in England, moved to Australia, in Western Australia, lived in country areas, worked for a company that's supplying materials to farmers. So moved around the state, selling stuff to farmers, and eventually decided that I should leave that company and start my own. So I went into business as a fuel distributor, so selling diesel mainly to farmers in the area. And after 10 years in the middle of the wheat belt, selling really only to farmers, I then moved...
Your phone?
Yeah, I then moved across to this place called Geraldton on the coast. That's Dimitri. Excuse me for a minute, I'll answer this.
Yeah, sure.
Hello. I'm
All
starting...
kinds of things happen on live camera.
You found me? Yeah.
We can cut it out. Maybe we
Okay,
won't.
finished. Sorry, back to where we were.
No problem.
Moved to a place called Geraldton in Western Australia in the same business, but this time I had farmers, fishing,
What
service
year
stations.
was that?
That was in 1984.
1984.
Yep. So stayed in that business for the next 15 years as a fuel distributor, and then the oil company decided that they would buy us out, and so they bought out all the distributors of that brand right across Australia, and so they gave us a bit of money, and I retired. So since then I've really moved around a little bit, do a lot of travel, go to Europe most years for 6 or 7 weeks at a time with my wife, and ride a lot of push bikes. We hire bikes and ride through Europe and at home. And then eventually we started the war, the full-scale invasion started, and we were interested in watching that on a daily basis, the various podcasts.
You mean you and your family when you say we?
Me and my wife. Yeah,
You and your
the
wife.
kids have all moved on, so we're at home. And
What's
so
her name?
Barbara.
Barbara. Beautiful name.
And she watches more of that than I do. She's probably a bigger supporter than I do. Anyway, then we were watching Jake Bro, and he started his 40th birthday fundraiser, and we put some money in. which hopefully did some good. And
It did.
then as a result of that, the organisation sent out circulars to the fund people that put the money in, inviting us to join the convoy. And the first convoy I was invited to, I couldn't get there. I was doing something else. But luckily I got a second invite, and this time I was able to accept, and here we are.
Awesome.
That's it, up to date.
So you guys donated over 10,000 euros to get on the convoy, right? Or
No.
because there's a perk. Do you know that they have those different types of perks for donations? And donation over 10,000 euros can make you a driver, but sometimes it can be.
I put in
without that.
10,000 Australian, so that's less than 10,000 euros.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Probably
don't.
close enough.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
close enough, yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
It's still a big
Yeah.
sum of money.
I didn't realise there was a requirement for an amount. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're here.
It's just like I would say not the strict rule. Of course,
Yeah.
a lot of drivers can volunteer themselves.
Yeah.
And well, thank you for that.
Yeah, no.
How? Yeah, Bill told me that you're an awesome driver, and like you're very young and energetic, and that age doesn't really matter.
No, I'm not as young as I used to be, even when I'm driving. But
Yes.
yeah, we got here.
Yeah, I can tell that you have that energy, to be honest. And what I wanted to ask you, how it is for you to be in Ukraine. Do you already feel something different in here, or maybe you encountered that drone attack in the night and all that air defense
Yeah. No,
working?
I slept through that. I sent my wife a message this morning saying we were lucky there's no drone attack last night. But then I found out there had been, and they'd been shooting down drones in the area. And so it must have been reasonably close, but luckily I slept through it.
Driving on the convoy is sort of tiring, so you sleep pretty well after.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
Well, I
really
had-
awesome that
well,
you had some sleep.
Yeah. Well, I had a pretty long flight to get here, but then I had 4 days in Tallinn to recover from that, and then driving over here. So yeah, last night I slept better than I have for a long while, and hopefully that'll be repeated tonight. So Kyiv, the town is much nicer than I thought. A lot of modern buildings, very busy. So that
Super busy.
yeah, yeah. And I hear that the population has not doubled, but 50% bigger than it was prior to the war. A lot of people have moved here apparently, and so yeah, it's very busy and very good. A lot of young people around. Nice place to visit.
Yeah, it is. It feels like it's no war in here, but in the night you can hear the
Yeah,
explosions, you can hear the heavy machine gun fighting those drones. So and Russia killed 3 people tonight in Kyiv only, and in other towns and cities more than that. And they do it every day, every night, and all that they say that they want peace is a total bullshit. They want Ukrainian capitulation and then just prepare for the next war.
Yeah, we understand that.
And I'm really happy that Australians also understand that, and that your government supports us. Some Australians say they could do more, of course, but still, it's better than nothing, like Hungary, for example.
Yeah, well, Hungary's a different case, I think, and they've got problems with their president.
Yeah.
I'm sure the majority of the people in Hungary would not be standing behind him if they had the opportunity.
You mean Orban, the Prime Minister?
He's a case that needs to be removed. He's not the only one around the world, that.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully the people in Hungary and the people in Belarus will eventually get their way and get some decent leadership.
In Slovakia too.
Yep.
And Serbia, they're trying. But
they're on the streets.
then there was really cruel when they used that acoustic weapon on the crowd in Serbia. Did you see that?
No, I didn't
the
see
news? They used some new anti-crowd weapon that used 880 decibels sound, and people
People's eardrums
were
out.
just it is really painful to be there
Yeah.
when they used that gun, and the crowd was just running on the sides immediately. So that is unfortunately a very effective weapon, and I don't think the earplugs will help you with that.
No.
Because it goes on another level, and it's just hard to watch how this world turns into some fascist regimes, even in the States. Like, it's crazy. Like, the messages that are being sent, the laws that are being proposed to implement in the United States, it's all scary.
The laws they got are being ignored anyway by the president, so it's pretty nasty over there. But hopefully these guys will answer to the people at some stage.
Yeah.
I'm
We
sure
need
the majority of the Americans are now waking up that Trump's a mistake and needs to move on. It's going to be a difficult process making it happen, but it needs to happen.
Yep. And for that, people must act.
Yep.
And I see a lot of them already acting. Thank you. Keep doing that. And we will defeat those regimes all over the world. It's,
I think the silly part of it is Putin is doing a lot of damage to Ukraine, and that'll take a long while to recover. But he's doing a lot of damage to Russia, and that'll take forever to recover. Their economy's going to battle for a long, long time. And without Putin, they should have been one of the most successful countries in the world.
Yep.
They've got all the resources, they've got plenty of people, they just got the wrong leadership and corruption and crooks.
Yeah. I think I forgot my backpack somewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the case. Guys, I actually want to do next. I will give you the microphone. You talk for a minute while I'll get it, okay? I'm not stopping it.
Okay.
Bill, maybe
I'm the new Rick. Oh my goodness.
Righto.
I have a YouTube channel. How did that happen? I don't know. What else can we tell the folks out there about? We had a long time to chat on the road, so I'm trying to remember what's worth sharing.
Well, I guess you should maybe comment on America and the position there, being an American.
Yeah, there's only one other American that I can see here on this current convoy. There have been plenty of Americans helping out before, and a lot of American donors back NAFO. I mean, Jake's campaigns, I'm sure, are by far the largest single source of funding for the trucks, and it is hard. It's hard as an American to see what's going on. I'm very, very unhappy with it. I know a lot of others are, and it takes me a lot of effort just to try to educate people that I know, and counter all the propaganda. It's an enormous job, and I literally take time from my business and my family to correspond and spread the word.
Yeah.
It's really quite a thing that's going on.
We're just talking about the situation in America, and as an American, Will can comment. Yeah.
That's what I actually wanted to hear from Bill, because he's an active American, and Bill is always driving one of the trucks. Pretty active. He's here for, I don't know, sixth time? Seventh?
This is the fifth convoy.
Yeah,
Fifth.
yeah.
Sixth time coming up.
Six.
There's only one time I came that I wasn't with a convoy.
There was one time. So it was the seventh time. Or it was the sixth one. This is your seventh time, just not the seventh convoy. Okay, what questions do I have?
Well, I have a question for you.
You have a question. Awesome, that's great.
My question, if you come back.
I lost my ring.
Don't do that.
It's a bit big, and when my fingers are getting frozen, I can lose it.
It's slippery.
Yeah.
My question, Rick, for you is, are you still in touch with any of the people from the area where you grew up who are still under Russian occupation?
Not anymore. Not anymore, because all the people who had pro-Ukrainian position, pro-Ukrainian views, they left, because they see that there's only a decay there, and those who are Vatniks, as we call them. Do you know that word, by the way, Mike?
No. Don't.
You also don't know that. These are the people who have Russian world in their heads. We call them vatniks. And why vatniks? Because in Soviet Union there was a coat that was stitched like that, like all around. Maybe you remember it. And it was filled with cotton, and cotton is called vata. And the cotton inside, so it's like also having cotton in your head instead of brains. This is why we call them cotton wool. Yes, so we call them vatniks. And no, I unfortunately have some far relatives who stayed there who are vatniks. Not many of them, just like 1 or 2 people. But of course, I'm not keeping any contact with them because these are not my people. And unfortunately, to people who give in to Russian propaganda and who believe all of that, it's like we have separate ways. And because of them, also stuff like this is possible. Russia invaded more countries because of the population of those countries who they managed to brainwash. That's how it works. And that's sad how effective it is, but we still need to find powers in us and resilience to counter that, to fight Russian propaganda, to really get through this. And Mike, I just wanted to also ask you if you have kids and how many of them, if you have.
2 sons and a daughter.
2 sons and a daughter.
Yep, and 8 grandkids.
8 grandkids. Wow. Any grandkids?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Interesting. And nice. I really like to meet new people, and not just new people, but new people who are active, who are standing with Ukraine, supporting Ukraine, and volunteering for Ukraine in your case. And it is really nice to meet you. I want to give you my badge.
Excellent.
Rig the Ukrainian.
Beautiful. There we go.
It's really nice to meet you. Maybe you want to add something to what we were talking about?
Rick, it's really nice to meet you, and thank you for your time. I'm really a fan of Anna the Ukrainian as well. It's a pity she's not here. But
Anna from Ukraine?
Yeah, but Rick, you'll do.
Of course I'll do. But if you come on another convoy, she might be here.
That's right. Well, she's been in the past.
She's been here. Yeah. So come here more often, and you'll meet her. Well, thank you guys for watching. I remind you that we have the NAFO truck campaign ongoing, the ongoing one. And it's a bit slowly right now. We need to boost it up, speed it up. So please donate to this one. It's going to be the first link in the description of this video. As I always say, live long, prosper, and donate. Do you know this one, by the way?
No.
It's from Star Trek. Remember that TV show, the old one?
That was a bit after my time.
Okay. So, guys, I always say this is a Vulcan greetings.
Okay.
One of the races that lived out there in space. And they say live long and prosper, and I edit and donate to it. Slava Ukraini.
Well, if you're watching this, do it.
Yeah,
donate.
Please do it. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Bill.
Done, Rick.
Thank you very much for watching, guys. I ask you to like this video, leave a comment under it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Please also check the previous part here. In the previous part, I talked to Viper. And you can also support my work on Base. The link is here. Or if this one doesn't work for you, Donatello or Patreon are in the description of this video. Thank you for all that you do, guys. Live long, prosper, and donate. And Slava Ukraini!